Good afternoon. It's Thursday, November 3rd, 2016. For All Western New York News, I'm Scott Leffler. Looks to be cloudy today throughout Western New York with a high in the mid-50s and an overnight low around 40. Chance of rain tomorrow. What's in the news? Attorney General Eric Schneiderman announced an agreement with Amphastar Pharmaceuticals today to extend a price cut for naloxone, a highly effective antidote that can quickly reverse an opioid overdose, for all agencies in New York State through January of 2018. A lawsuit filed by New York State against a Buffalo collection agency alleges Douglas McKinnon and Mark Gray operate a network of dozens of fly-by-night collection shops that harass, threaten, and deceive millions of consumers across the nation into paying inflated debts or amounts they may not even owe. A 35-year-old resident of the United Kingdom and Ecuador pleaded guilty to re-entering the United States after a conviction for an aggravated felony before U.S. District Judge Lawrence Velardo. Luis Aguilar Torres, on September 19th, allegedly attempted to cross into the United States from Canada at the Rainbow Bridge. He had previously been banned from the country. The charge carries a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. 34-year-old Franklin Richards of Buffalo was sentenced to 130 months in prison by U.S. District Judge Lawrence Velardo. He had been convicted of conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute 5 kilograms or more of cocaine. A 44-year-old Buffalo man, Nelson Pachicho, who was convicted of conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute 500 grams or more of cocaine, was sentenced to 108 months by U.S. District Judge Richard Arcara. Christopher Gorman, 51, of Buffalo, who was convicted of conspiracy to damage a building, used an actively effective interstate commerce by means of fire and an explosive, was sentenced to 41 months in prison by Judge Arcara. A 28-year-old Tonawanda man, Anthony Perry, who was convicted of possession with intent to distribute 28 grams or more of crack cocaine, was sentenced to 60 months in prison by Arcara. 34-year-old Demario James of Buffalo pleaded guilty to conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute 500 grams or more of cocaine before Judge Arcara. The charge carries a mandatory minimum sentence of 5 years in prison, a maximum of 40 years, and a $5 million fine. Police news. 29-year-old Joshua Vandegrift of Wellsburg was charged by criminal complaint with production of child pornography. The charge carries a minimum of 15 years of prison and a maximum penalty of 30 years and a $250,000 fine. Vandegrift allegedly engaged in sexually explicit communications via social media with a number of minor females. Those communications included enticing the minors to send sexually explicit photos of themselves to the defendant. The minors included a 17-year-old, a 12-year-old, and 2 13-year-olds. A 40-year-old Buffalo man was charged with possession with intent to distribute a controlled substance within 1,000 feet of a private elementary or secondary school. Salah Dubaishi was allegedly attempting to sell drugs out of a convenience store near Public School 45. The charges carry a minimum penalty of 1 year in prison, maximum of 40 years, and a $2 million fine. Sports. The Buffalo Sabres take on the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight, hoping for their 4th win in a row. Fun fact, on this date 30 years ago, Buffalo Bills Hall of Fame coach Marv Levy was hired. Top-seeded Buffalo State women's soccer netted a pair of early goals and cruised to its 2nd consecutive SUNYAC championship game appearance, defeating number 4 Plattsburgh 2-0 in a conference semifinal match Wednesday at Coyer Field. Nationally number 6 ranked Cortland scored a late goal and slipped past visiting Buffalo State men's soccer 1-0 in Wednesday's match. Canisius and Niagara men's soccer ended tied at 0 on Wednesday, qualifying Canisius for the 2016 MAC Men's Soccer Championship. The University at Buffalo volleyball team will close out their home schedule at 7 o'clock tonight when they host Akron at Alumni Arena. For the 2nd time this season, the Niagara Purple Eagles volleyball swept rival Canisius in a dominating performance on Wednesday night. Canisius men's diver Travis Wright was named as the MAC Men's Diver of the Week for the 2nd consecutive week. Canisius freshman David Haynes has been named the Metro Atlantic Conference Golfer for the month of October. And Niagara freshman Chris Spriggs was named Atlantic Hockey Rookie of the Month for the month of October. Obituaries. Karen D. Parmalee died Monday at the age of 69. Roger Ashton Hasley died Saturday at the age of 41. In features, Bob Confer's All Western New York News column today, Exploring the Niagara Frontier, talks about oak wilt, which is making its way into the area. The column discusses its signs and prevention tips. You should read it. The Town of Niagara annual Electric Lights Parade will be held at 6:30 p.m. Saturday. The annual parade, often one of Niagara County's best of the year, features the arrival of Santa Claus, who will end the parade, signifying the unofficial arrival of the holiday season. The parade typically draws thousands of spectators. Also Saturday, the Western New York Book Arts Center will hold its second annual Liquor and Letterpress fundraiser to benefit programming at the center from 6 to 9 p.m. The event features live music, silent art, and basket auctions, printing demos, food, and of course, beer, wine, and spirits from local breweries, wineries, and distilleries. Buff State's Graduate School will host a two-part lecture series entitled Toward a Sustainable Buffalo in collaboration with Open Buffalo and the Center for Health and Social Research. The lectures will be held on Monday and then again on December 5th. A couple programming notes. Election night, beginning at 8:30 p.m., All Western New York News and our friends at Niagara's Water Cooler will offer live election updates on our live YouTube channel. The focus will be on local elections, but surely we'll discuss national elections too. And then January 8th, we'll hold the All Western New York Music Awards ceremony for the 2015 and 2016 years at Evening Star Concert Hall in Niagara Falls. More details to come, but mark yourself as busy for the day on your calendar. That's what we call the news. For All Western New York News, I'm Scott Leffler. Have a great day.